up, you guys? My name is Cyberstorf, and welcome back to LEGO Arts. So, in the last episode, we did a showcase on LEGO Ghost Rider with his motorcycle. So now, in this one, it is finally the secret project that you've all been waiting for, and you have all guessed it, it is none other than Five Nights at Freddy's. This is a showcase that I honestly thought I wouldn't do, because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a huge fan of FNAF. I am interested in the story, but I've never been too into like playing the games, and if you all recall when I did the Ultimate Custom Night video, I am terrible at the game, so this was a showcase that I didn't thought I would do, but since Bendy and the Ink Machine in pretty much skyrocket, okay, for the LEGO Art series, I decided like, let's do another horror showcase, and plus, Scott Coffin, the original man who made FNAF, gave out a whole bunch of announcements of some other FNAF games, such as going to console versions, VR experience, and official VR, a movie, possibly augmented reality. I don't know about the last one, but he's got more plans for FNAF, so I decided, like, how about we do a showcase? But I don't know how this first one is going to turn out. I don't know how it will impact you guys. So So for this video, I only focused on, like, the 4 main original animatronics. Of course, we got Freddy Fazbear himself, Bonnie, the electric guitar playing rabbit, Chica, the cupcake giving chicken, and Foxy, the pirate fox. So, as you guys know the whole drill, we're going to take these minifigures one at a time, do a review on them, explain my process, why I went with this route, and then go from here. And here's even a special deal for you guys. If I get enough positive comments back on this showcase, and a few comments that contain the quote, #LegoFNAF, then I will go back and do some more FNAF minifigures. That is, of course, if you want to see that thing. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so to start this showcase off is Freddy Fazbear himself. This one was the first one, like the animatronic, I'm pretty sure, the first one to get done. Now, this minifigure was a little bit interesting to do. Like, the main body, it was pretty fine. Fine to do. I just took, like, a regular LEGO body, completely painted it brown, and then, like, waited for it to dry, and then applied on, like, lighter shades of brown for, like, the belly area and then the snout. The head, though, it was actually easier than I thought it was gonna be. So, since this is, like, a first experience, and I didn't know, like, how to proceed with the head. Originally, like, one of the things I wanted to do was apply on, like, a LEGO top hat, but the hat was a bit too big, and after looking at a lot of photos of Freddy, like, specifically his head, I saw that the hat was actually smaller than it was supposed to be, and the top hat, it would have been a bit too large, so I decided to go ahead and just have it, and, like, make my own hats, like I usually do, and then go from there. The ears, though, I put those on first, so that way I can measure out how big the hat is supposed to be. Then the snout, I applied on, and I managed, unlike previous experiences, the only things that are really super glued on are the head and the ears, the snout. I have learned to do it all in once, that way I'm saving a lot of clay and also super glue at the same time. With the torso, though, I don't know, not really a whole lot to go on. The bow tie, I feel like it could have come out better, but this is, again, like a first experience. The arms, not really a whole lot of detailing on the arms, but I did, like, look at as many photos as I could to, like, get, like, all the joints to, like, where his arms can move. The back, there's not any detailing in the back, because I don't think we ever see Freddy's back. Like, for all of the animatronics, we see, like, their sides and their fronts, but we don't really see their backs. So there wasn't really a lot for me to go on in there. Of course, like, he's got his little microphone, like in the game. This thing I actually made myself. I don't really have any, like, microphone minifigure pieces. So, once again, I improvised and, like, making my own. The face, I'll be honest, with this showcase as a whole, this is, like, one of the most I've done in detailing-wise on a face. Like, if you all could see my face, when I was working on these yesterday for finalizing, I was, like, really getting into it, like, making sure that everything was correct. I first, like, painted on the snout for, like, brown, to, like, get the base color out of the way, and then I painted in, like, a black stripe for where the mouth is supposed to be, then added the nose. I tried to apply the freckles. I don't know how well you can see the eyes. Okay, Harold? Hey, Harold, can we, focus on the eyes? Okay, I think that's close enough. The eyes were a little bit tricky. I first, like, painted on the black dots for, like, where the eyes are supposed to be, and then the whites. I had to, like, refix this minifigure a couple of times, but it came out, pretty good in the end. He's also got, like, his little eyebrows, and then the blue paint, I was worried that the blue paint would get too sticky, that it wouldn't that it'd make the minifigure look all weird, but it came out pretty alright. And then, like, the teeth I applied on and on afterwards. I had to look at the photos, like, a lot to make sure, like, how many teeth does he have? And then when I got it out of the way, this is all pretty well and done. So, I'll be honest, for the first time at a minifigure like this came out pretty good. This came out pretty nice, and I hope you guys agreed as well. Okay, so let's move on to our next little animatronic. So next up on our list is Bonnie. This one was pretty easy as well. The only, like, real difficult thing was, of course, like, the face and the color, actually. I couldn't decide how to paint this rabbit. Because I've seen a lot of photos for where, like, Bonnie is blue, Bonnie is also purple. So it was, like, one of those cases for, like, which color do I choose? So I wound up going with, like, an in-between. I took, like, navy blue and then plum, mixed those together to do, like, an indigo kind of color, and that works out pretty well for this rabbit. The snout, I just did, like, a sky blue to, like, match the insides. And the ears, I don't know how well you can see, like, some of the detailing. Like, can you see the black lines? Yeah, you can kind of. But I waited to do those after I finished up with the rabbit. Like, after I finished up painting out the base and the base colors, I then went back and then do, like, the detailing for the lines of, like, where the rabbit ears are supposed to move. I didn't do them as 2 sections, because, again, this was, like, testing things out to, like, make sure everything was alright. Everything was also in one place. The face, though, I managed to get this done first time. I did have to double check at the eyes to see, like, if the color was correct. Luckily, though, it was correct. The teeth, I think the teeth look kind of weird, because the Bonnie I was looking at had, like, 1 set of teeth on his bottom jaw, so I was trying to, like, make sure that I got that right, and it could have been better. Again, this is, like, first attempt, so I apologize. Again, with the torso, it's very much like Freddy's, and I don't know how well you can see, like, the detailing because of the dark colors, but I also first applied on the base color, and then went back, do the detailing. Same thing with the legs here. The real detailing that I really did was for Bonnie's guitar. It was, like, the last thing I did. Sorry, my hand's getting tired. For Bonnie's guitar, the rod I was originally going to, like, take a guitar. I was originally planning for the 12th Doctor, but I never got around to it. And then I noticed that the guitar, it wasn't exactly correct, so I couldn't use that one. So what I did was I took a prototype rod. If any of you remember back when I did Damian Wayne Nightwing, I took, like, the prototype Nightwing staff, I cut off the ends of it, sand out, like, the ends, and then applied on molding clay of, like, where the guitar would be. So, like, at the top, up here is, like, a small diamond, and then, like, the strings go down here. Here's that I need to place his guitar. I'm just glad, though, in the original they didn't give him a banjo. Though that would have been pretty funny, though. So, again, like the detailing with Freddy, and not really the best, but also probably, like, not the worst detailing. It's something I'd have to give myself. So this came out pretty nice. So, let's go ahead to our next animatronic. Next up on our list is Chica. So, with this minifigure, was the third one to get done. The head, though, was a little bit trickier. So, after I did, like, the beak, I had to look at a couple of photos for, like, the top of her head. And it was a little bit hard to, like, get molding clay and get small enough for, like, I could put it on, but not too big. And once that got out of the way, it was just like, okay, that's better. That's much better. The major things that I would probably, like, say wasn't exactly bad, but could be way better is, like, the beak. I accidentally made the beak a bit too big, and that thought didn't cross my brain until after I finished it, and it was dry and everything, so it was just like, let's hope it's good. Luckily, though, it came out correct, so it was just like, okay, I can be at peace. Though, one thing I would definitely want to change would be, like, the main torso or so. So, as you guys probably know, I'm not that good at, like, writing while painting, especially when it's small and it has to be on a minifigure. And, like, with this whole thing, I could have done, unlike what I usually do, like a decal, but of course, I wanted to test myself, to see, like, how good my hand painting skills are. So, yes, it's not complete, but I did manage to get the words, let's eat, when it's supposed to say, let's eat. So, I apologize, like, hardcore FNAF fans for all that. And then, like, of course, she's got her cupcake. This thing, again, I couldn't tell, like, the eye color. I had to look back at any good photo that would give me a decent description on the cupcake. Okay, like the correct one. I didn't accidentally want to give it like a completely different cupcake for a different chica. Luckily though, I managed to find one and it was just, okay. Hey, that's pretty good. And like the piece that I used, it was this one I actually ripped off from my old Stormbreaker Mark 1 that I was making for Thor. Or I took it off because I found the Stormbreaker on that one. It's too big. I don't even know why I still have it. So, but I am glad I do. Because then then I used this piece for the wrapping of the cupcake, and it came out pretty nice. Of course, like, she's got, like, her feet. I noticed, as I was doing this, that's like, the knee braces, components. There we go. Sorry, I cannot speak. They are a bit higher than the other ones, and I didn't realize that until, like, first I painted on, of course, like, the yellow, and then I painted on, like, the chicken feet. I almost said duck feet, sorry. And as I was painting in of, like, where the knee components were supposed to be, it's just like, ooh, I think I might have gone a bit too high. Whoopsies! Oopsies. Face, once again, it came out better than I expected. It did. Not the best, but it's not the worst. So, in general, this is actually a pretty good minifigure. This whole showcase really is. And I'm pretty glad. I'm glad this came out, and I hope you guys, like, forgive me for my bad detailing on the torso. I hope to get better at this in the future. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it. So, now that that's done, let's move on to the last and probably the best minifigure. So last up on our list is Foxy the Pirate Fox, and I gotta admit, this one was probably the best one that came out of that, and probably one of the best minifigures I actually made, actually. So with this one though, I noticed that a lot of people on how they made their Lego Foxies, they were a bit different. Like, most of them were like the standard Lego body, that we of course like usually do, and I was gonna go for that route. And then, like, one of the nice, cool details that they did is that they somehow managed to get, like, these legs into, like, the regular Lego body. Lego legs. I am not that skilled yet. I hope to be in the future. So, what I did instead was, I wanted to try something different. So, what I did was the same tactic of how I made the Lost Ones from Bendy. I, like, took a skeleton that I was not using. I then covered the torso with molding clay. And then I kept the legs as they were, but just painted around, like, the legs. I almost put molding clay on there, but they didn't come out correct. So I scrapped that idea and just moved on. The hook, I don't have any minifigure hook pieces. I used to have one, like, ages and ages ago, but it broke, so I couldn't use that one. So I had to sculpt a hook of my own, and, like, this arm, amazingly, this arm actually moves a lot better than this one. I put on clay as well to, like, bring out the rest of the animatronic. And, like, the shoulders are a bit smaller than, like, the last one. And for, like, the black spots, these are supposed to represent of, like, Foxy. For some unknown reason, I don't think they ever explained as to why he was the only one out of all of them to never fully work. But this represents of, like, all of the holes in his body. And an original idea I wanted to do was, like, see if I could, like, cut those things out and actually show the skeleton on the inside. But again, and this was, like, trial and error, and the clay, like, fully dried so before it really crossed my brain. The back, of course, is plain as well, because, again, there wasn't really a whole lot on the back to go with. Though the best thing I would have to say is the face. This one, I definitely was trying to be very, very careful of painting the face. So, after, like, doing the snout and the base colors and everything, I then carefully went back, did the black line, and then took one of the smallest paintbrushes I had, and then carefully painted each tooth one by one from top to bottom to make sure, and then made sure that they were small, but small enough, not too small, but small enough to where they each can fill in their own row, and then, like, a tooth in between underneath. So if you guys saw, like, any photos of my face, you could just see, like, the intensity of trying to make this correct. Also, he's got, like, the freckles on. I had to double check. I'll check to, like, see if he had the freckles. Same thing with the eyebrows. I don't think you can fully see them. I apologize for that. But I was using a brick red paint for, like, the inside of the ears and the eyebrows as well. And then, like, this black thing on top of his eye is supposed to represent the eye patch, which I don't know why he has an eye patch. I guess it's to incorporate that he is a pirate, but if the eye patch can be removed and he has an eye underneath, why does he even have an eye patch in the first place? It makes no sense. And I didn't want to do, like, build a 3D eye patch and then stick it on top. That would look so weird and very out of character, so I just settled on painting it on. And the eyes, they came out pretty nice as well. One thing that's, again, didn't cross my brain until after the minifigure was done, was that he actually had small hairs on top of his head, and I did not realize that until I finished the figure and everything, and it's just like, well, it's too late for that. It's too late to go back now, so it's just like, okay. And plus, it was difficult to get Chica's hairs on top of her head that small. Imagine trying to do Foxy's. It would be very, very, very hard. Very hard. But I may try it again in the future. And, yeah, pretty much that's pretty much the minifigure. And probably, like, one of the more interesting ones I've ever created. So I'm pretty proud of this minifigure, actually. And I hope you guys are, too. So, before we wrap this video up, how about we show you guys a little funny video and to fully show how one should truly prepare for FNAF. Okay, I have like 3 minutes left until 6 a.m. Okay, I can do this. I got this. This is all in the bag. What the? God dang it, now I'm out of power. Man, the boss really needs to upgrade the power into this place. Uh-oh. This is not good. Okay, don't worry. Whew! When in doubt, Super Ultra Plasma Rifle! I'm now done with this stupid job. Now that that's done, I'm out of here. And that's it for this episode of LEGO Arts. I honestly thought that I wouldn't be able to finish this project until at least next year, because I'm already busy with some other stuff, like I'm finalizing like the Logan and Lara minifigures from the movie Logan, so those will be in the next showcase. And I also, since I'm still working on like Spyro for Let's Plays, and I just started Undertale, it's like, those games, I kind of have to, like, I need to finish them. So I thought that this was going to be another one of my projects that, like, okay, I won't get myself a due date, but I hope to get it done soon. And I did! I'm really glad that I finished this one. And, as I mentioned in the final showcase on Bendy, it's not the last project for the of, like, really putting my skills with molding clay to the test. And if you guys want to see more projects like this again, like, some more FNAF minifigures, once again, if I get enough positive comebacks from this showcase, and if I get a few comments that say #LegoFNAF, then I'll start working on plans for the next showcase. But next episode, it will be Logan and Lara from Logan, since I'm finalizing, refixing all of those minifigures. So those will be the next episode. But if you guys want to see more projects like this in the future, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications. It really, really helps the channel grow, and helps us work on some more future projects such as this. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, comment below what you think, share this to your friends, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch. And here's a howl for the road. Ow! Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. What do you guys, Smooth Rises?